If I make those Dollar Tree French fries later, will you, me, and Luna eat them?
I'm going to eat the Korean barbecue thing I have.
Oh, you are?
Yes. And then I want to try my chicken waffle potato
maybe
chip.
me and Luna can eat the fries together.
I mean, I'll have a fry.
Okay.
A girl won't turn down a fry.
And oop.
Just do random stuff.
I'm here for it.
So, Ralph Macchio is 60 years old. Star of the original Karate Kid. Karate. Not Will Smith's Karate Kid. Will Smith's son's Karate Kid. But the original Karate Kid. Movie came out in 1984. And I remember watching it. It's a great movie. And I was like, oh, Daniel's son is 13, 14, maybe. But he's 60 now. And he's on various YouTube videos because he's promoting Cobra Kai. And so I'm like, he's 60 now. I'm 45. So our age difference is 15 years. So I was born in 77. In 1984, when Karate Kid came out, I was 7. He was 22. Playing a 13/14-year-old? That's crazy.
I think he was a little bit supposed to be older in the movie, no? Like 16?
I felt he was a freshman in high school. And then Johnny was like the bad guy.
A senior?
The bad boy. Yeah, he was a senior. And so has my whole life been a lie?
Welcome to Hollywood casting old people as teenagers, honey.
Yeah, a 22-year-old as a freshman in college, that's unforgivable.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hello.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me at our dining room table for our little program here. Okay, so I'm in a group text message with my coworkers, and it's ribald. It's very edgy. We all work blue in the group chat. But one person in particular, he posts links, like links to Instagram and links to YouTube videos, and I never click them. Like, who does that? Give me an emoji. I'm here for it. An animated GIF. I'm all about that life. A screenshot of a website. I'll be there eating the popcorn like that animated GIF guy, eating the popcorn at the movies. But links, people who post links.
It's extra work.
Yeah.
And it's like giving you an assignment. So then you have
Yes.
like an obligation.
Yes.
It's like when you gift somebody a book as a present.
Yeah.
And then you see them 2 weeks later. Oh, have you read that book?
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah. So they feel obligated to read it.
Yeah.
Because you gave it to them.
I
So you're obligated to click. You have to take 3 minutes out of your day. You have
Right.
to turn up your audio.
What if it's a 16-minute YouTube video? And like, we're in this text. We're enjoying ourselves. We're having a grand old time in this text. You're taking me out of this text to a web browser. Okay, what is this? Netscape Navigator over here? And then I have to come back from the web browser or Instagram or YouTube, and then come back and comment on this link you sent me.
You have to write a report. He's going to grade you.
Book report. There's footnotes, a bibliography.
It takes away from the flow of
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah, so I ignore them, and I don't comment. I pretend it doesn't ever even happen.
Oh, I didn't get that link.
You didn't post that link? Oh, I didn't watch your 18-minute YouTube video, but I'm sure it was fascinating. I don't get that. Why do people do that? Taking me out of
They're trying to share their joy.
Yes.
This brought him joy. He's trying to share it with you. But to you, it's a burden
It is.
and a nuisance.
It is.
I
It's too
can't.
much.
I can't even be bothered to turn up the volume when I'm going through my stories.
Oh my gosh.
And there's someone's like talking to the camera.
Turn your sound on. Sound on.
No, I will not.
Wait till the end.
I cannot. I will not.
If you know, you know. We went to East Side Chef, which is a Chinese restaurant in West Sacramento, very close to us. And it was middling.
It was fine.
Every single Chinese restaurant you can think of, it's very mediocre. But I got the Xiao Fun. It was mid.
It was
Subpar, mid. The best thing I can say about that place is that it came out fast and it was hot. You ordered 2 appetizers. I got the barbecue pork Xiao Fun, and then you got fried wontons for 1 appetizer, and then the other appetizer you ordered was the foil wrapped chicken. And this is very common at most Chinese restaurants under appetizers, the foil wrapped chicken. And first of all, I thought that was a rookie move, honey. Like, I used to order that stuff when I was 22, but I know better.
I wasn't very hungry.
Yeah.
So I just wanted a couple of little plates.
Yeah.
First of all, though, I didn't realize I was ordering fried wontons.
Chinese food tapas. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh. I saw that on the menu.
I wasn't going to mention. You thought you were ordering pot stickers.
I thought I was ordering pot stickers.
Yeah.
And I may have been slightly under the influence.
Yeah. And you said wontons, and then the waiter said, with cheese or without? Meaning, do you want the cream cheese crab rangoons they're called at Panda Express? Those are wontons, or do you just want like the fried wontons they just throw some wontons in some hot oil and they come out crispy and fun and delicious.
Yeah, it's like a flat wonton.
Right.
Nothing on it.
Yeah.
Did I say no to the cheese?
Yes.
Well, I want cream cheese wontons.
Well, that's what...
I think I was confused because I was like, cheese with pot stickers?
Yeah. It threw me.
And oop.
Where's my mediocre Xiao Fun? But so you got the foil wrapped chicken, which I've gotten in my life.
Me too.
But I stopped getting it when I was 22 because it's such a burden. It's such a chore. Speaking of clicking links and going out to the World Wide Web in a browser, the foil wrapped chicken. First of all, it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
They use the chicken thigh, dark meat, fatty piece of chicken, super juicy, super good, and then they broil it or keep it warm in some sort of a savory soy sauce marinade sauce. It's really good. It's super duper delicious. But my problem is why I stopped ordering it 17 years ago. Wait, 13? Wait, 22, 20. I'm 45, 22, 23 years ago. Jeez, I've stopped ordering this for over half my life, honey. Is that first it comes in aluminum foil, so it's like going to a restaurant and then giving you a bag of chips. Like you have to and it's folded over like these little triangles of aluminum foil. The edges are folded over, so you have to. It's like freaking origami.
It's very intricate and delicate.
Yeah.
And tiny.
Yeah.
You have to undo this little tiny pearls of aluminum.
Yes. And so you do the work.
So much work.
We went to Jefferson Bar and Grill, and you got the wedge salad, which is like a hot thing where they just have an iceberg head of lettuce, and then they chop it into fourths or eighths, and then they serve it to you. And then you were sitting there at the table like you have to do the work.
I've never ordered a wedge salad before.
Yeah, it's deconstructed or whatever.
I've seen this on TV.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna do it
below deck.
And I was like, how do I eat this? I was like separating it. I was cutting it with a fork and a knife. Yeah,
right.
I felt like I had crab legs in front of me, and I was trying to finagle the meat out of the shell.
Right.
It's kind of hard.
See, the thing is like the wedge salad. It looks cool. You're like, oh, this is a unique, different presentation. But in the end, yeah, you got to bust out. Like, why you bust out a knife for a salad? And then what if there aren't enough pieces of bacon or dressing?
Yeah.
Because when you start breaking apart the wedge, it becomes a whole to-do.
It's so much mental and physical work.
Yeah.
You have to exert your energy. You have to make sure you're keeping some toppings for all the different pieces of iceberg lettuce because you don't want just a plain piece of lettuce.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. So back to the foil wrap chicken. You got to unwrap it, and it uh it, it's like it's like wrapping presents for Christmas. Everyone hates that. Unwrapping presents, well, that is kind of fun. But you want to eat, and then the second thing is that it's hot. It's been in an oven or some sort of heating contraption for 4 hours, 6 hours, which is why it's really good. But it's hot, so you're unwrapping oil. You're like, this is really hot. This is really hot, and and there's the sauce everywhere. So it gets on your fingers.
Your fingers are greasy.
Yeah, they smell. You got to go to the bathroom, wash your hands, or as Grandpa Curtis pronounces it, you got to wash your hands 3 times. And then the third thing is that the aluminum foil, it's sticky. Like they don't throw some Mazola on there.
Yeah, they should be spraying that with some cooking spray.
Yeah, so you're unwrapping this origami presentation. It's really hot. There's soy sauce all over your hands, and then you look at the discarded aluminum foil, and you're like, well, there's some super yummy bits of chicken.
Like 60% of your chicken is
Right.
still stuck to the foil.
Right. So when I was 22, I wasn't as mature, sophisticated as a gentleman as I am right now, honey. I would grab these pieces of Reynolds wrap and take them to my hand and
no. I'm terrified of putting foil in my mouth. I'm terrified of like a bit of foil getting stuck to my food.
It's scary.
Yeah, so I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll never order foil wrapped chicken again.
Yeah.
You have corrected me in so many ways in our marriage, but when it comes to Chinese food, I'm not ordering lemon chicken. I'm not ordering foil.
Again, that was something I ordered when I was 22. And I ordered it 16 times. But at some point, I was like, okay, the lemon chicken, the foil wrap chicken, no bueno.
I got to watch out for fried wontons in the future.
Yeah.
Now I know it. Now I know what they're trying to give me.
Yeah, they're fun. But the cream cheese rangoon.
Oh, those are fantastic.
Rangoon wontons.
Those are one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The only thing with those is that the way they fold them and the way they fry up is like there's sharp points.
Yeah, the points get overcooked, over-fried, so they're a bit hard on the teeth.
Yeah, and well, you put it in your mouth and like all of a sudden like the top of your mouth is getting stabbed. Like you're eating a Captain Crunch, and at the end of your bowl of Captain Crunch, you're like bleeding. your mouth is bleeding. But why don't they unwrap the chicken in the kitchen and then serve it up to you like you don't have to do the work. Here it is presented. Use your fork so your hands don't get all soy saucy.
Why is this? Why does this exist?
Because I think that there's so little again. And another thing is that there's very little chicken.
Yeah.
in these little aluminum foil wrappers. There's very little chicken. So I bet the profit margin on that appetizer is like 900% or something. Definitely. They give you very little chicken. It takes very little work because you're doing all the work.
Yes.
There's very little productivity on behalf of the kitchen staff. And so they're just like, yeah, this 22-year-old half Vietnamese, half white person ordered this appetizer again. Yeah, foil wrap chicken, not a fan. So we had FAT this week, honey, and FAT stands for Family Activity Time. Yes.
Well, I originally called it Family Nights.
Yeah.
And just for the sake of having a fun acronym, You searched your brain until you came up with FAT.
We're all about the acronyms.
Oh, yeah. We love a good acronym.
In this family. And FAT stemmed from, we noticed, but mostly you, that we eat din din, and then we kind of go our separate ways.
Yeah, we've fallen into this pattern, our family, the four of us. Mm-hmm. After work, we come home, I make dinner, we sit down and eat for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
While I'm cooking, the kids are in their rooms.
Yeah.
Call them down for dinner.
Yeah.
As soon as dinner's over, they each retreat to their rooms.
Right.
And then you and I retreat to our room.
Well, we got to watch Below Deck, honey. Yeah. It's very important.
So almost the entire evening, we're not together. And we've been separated all day at work and school.
Yeah.
So I was really feeling we're not having enough quality time as a family.
Yeah. And we eat quick. Like, Luna polishes off her food super duper fast. And then me and you are done shortly thereafter. And then Lennox languishes with his 6 green beans or 4 pieces of broccoli. And that can go 15, 20 minutes. And he's by himself, which is the whole deal. But yeah, we go to our corners, as the boxing term says. And then we were like, well, we need to come together and regroup.
Okay, carry on.
Yes, so FAT. So our second unofficial first annual FAT. And it's second because we had a FAT. It's Wednesday night.
Yeah, we designated Wednesday night. It's going to take place after dinner.
And you said the kids have to have their homework done before FAT.
Yeah. If you're out with friends, you got to be home by 4 p.m. If you have homework, it's got to be done before dinner.
Yeah.
And it's taking time. We haven't quite reached this perfection of events.
Mardi Gras is Fat Tuesday.
Oh.
FAT is Fat Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, the first Wednesday, like, Lennox was he ended up at a park or with friends, so we had to cancel. We had to put it off. But the first annual FAT took place Wednesday, and you had an agenda. Like, you were the orchestrator. You were you were giving your TED talk. You were the meeting. You were the MC.
Exactly. I'm spearheading this effort in our family. So I just the day of that Wednesday, I thought, it would be fun to like type up an agenda, like we're at a work meeting.
Yeah, you had an outline.
Yeah,
you had Roman numerals,
bullet points.
Yeah,
I had a topic. Somebody needed to keep minutes.
Yeah,
we'll do that. We'll make sure we do that next week.
No one kept minutes.
No one did.
But I because we text all day and night. But like, I'm at work, you're at work, and I'm like, "What's up with FAT?" And you said, "Oh, you'll see."
I wanted to surprise you.
A little something I like to call, "You'll see." But so you called the meeting to order. We were all on the couch. Well, me, Luna, and Lennox. Me and Luna were on the couch. Lennox was on the leather ottoman, and you were on stage.
I stood before you like a supervisor. Yeah. In a meeting, very official.
And we talked about this weekend.
Right. Well, I printed out 4 copies of this agenda, and I passed it out, so we each had a copy.
Yes.
Follow along.
Yes.
So
I dug it.
I had like a welcome, and then I had weekly announcements for the family, like tomorrow we're getting a new lock on our front door.
Oh.
Mommy has a wax appointment.
Yeah.
This weekend we're going to the pool.
Yeah.
Very important, very pertinent information we all needed to discuss.
Super duper important. And I dug it. So we went over what's going on this weekend and just in the future in September and October. And then we read a poem, or I read a poem.
Right. Next on the agenda was a poem reading.
Yeah.
So that day, Wednesday, I went to the library and I picked up a collection of Emily Dickinson poems and Robert Frost.
Yes.
And then when I got home from work, I like kind of skimmed through the Emily Dickinson and I marked a couple.
Yeah.
And I was going to read it, but then I was laughing so hard because her language is like old fashioned and I couldn't get it out.
It's difficult to, I wouldn't say vague, but it's abstract.
Yeah.
It's hard to grasp onto. But I read a poem, and it was short, but I stood up and I held court, as it were.
Yeah, you gestured with your hand.
Yeah.
You projected with your booming voice.
I was channeling Mr. Pyle, my sophomore English teacher or junior year English teacher, but he would like read from books, various literature, poems, and he would just command the room, and he would be all dramatic and lots of flair. So that's who I took
It was just like that.
Inspiration from Pyle. But it was a good time. Luna tried to read a little.
She just collapsed into giggles.
She kept laughing.
I finally pulled it together and I read one poem myself.
You do feel silly.
You do.
It's kind of dumb, for lack of
fun. Yeah. And yeah. So poetry reading will definitely be on the fat agenda in the future. You can guarantee that.
Yeah. Okay. But I think overall it was good just to hang.
We were together. We were laughing.
We're not all because Lennox like, can we watch a movie? And it's like, no, we're not going to all stare at the TV for 2 hours during Fat Wednesday.
Also on the agenda, I just had like a round robin. So like we went around the room and just, does anyone have anything they want to say? Comments, thoughts, complaints, reflections. Yeah. And Luna dropped some drama from the 8th grade.
So much tea. And I found out Luna went to Taco Bell with Brianna and her mom. And I was like, well, what did you order? And this happened 3 days. This happened on Sunday, and it was Fat Wednesday. I like Fat Wednesday, by the way.
I like Fat Wednesday. We're adopting that, sure.
And so she was telling me, well, she told us she got the bean, cheese, and rice burrito, and they threw onions in there, which she's not a fan of. And then she got like a extra large cactus cooler or something. We were like, wow, that doesn't jive with our healthy meals.
These are the important things you learn when you finally put down the phone and the tablet and you sit together with your loved ones.
Yeah.
You learn what they got at Taco Bell 3 days ago.
Yeah. Original Fat was going to be 90 minutes. Then we scaled it down to 60.
That was quite ambitious.
Then we went down to 30. But we did 50, 55.
We did, because the very last thing on the agenda was a family game. Yeah. Which you did not participate in.
You said I didn't have to.
I did say that, but why didn't you just insist on... I know you hate games, but I think you should have... Maybe next week you could participate.
You guys played Uno.
Yeah, me, Luna, and Lennox played one game of Uno. It took like 25 minutes.
Exactly. And I've played Uno in my life. I'm a 23-year-old man, honey. But I would need a refresher.
We'll refresh you.
And I'm sure it would take 15 seconds. But I was doing my laundry, or I was doing a task. I did dishes or something.
To your credit, you did the dishes, you did some laundry, and then you sat down. You were in the living room with us. Yeah. So you were still like chatting and participating. There.
Yeah. But actually, the Fat Wednesday was called because one, there's been a lot of talk back, a lot of
wow.
Like Lennox wants to make a chimichanga at 9:30 p.m. and we'd be like, no, you can't make a chimichanga at 9:30 p.m. And he would say, why not? And we'd say, because it's 9:30 p.m. And then he would reply, but why though? And it was like, okay, we don't need to go into this never-ending.
The implementation of Fat Wednesday was part of like a whole... We're trying to do kind of a family overhaul.
Reset.
A reset. Yeah. We've gotten into some bad habits.
Yes.
Some patterns that we need to break.
Yes. And talk back was the first thing. Second thing was chores, which is essentially Frankie's poop.
Yeah. The kids don't do many or any chores.
Yeah. Well, there's not much to do.
There's
Laundry,
not much
garbage,
to do.
dishes. Laundry, garbage, dishes.
We don't have an outside. We don't have a yard. But and also, like, I feel like our house is really
Were you channeling
clean.
Grandma Tian right there?
Like, we're very minimalist, so there's not much. Like, there's not much to pick up or, I guess, dusting. We have an automatic vacuum.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still feel like they need to help a bit more with our cat. So we implemented weekly chores involving the cat.
Yeah. So Lennox has 3 days of the week. Luna has 3 days of the week. And then the 7th day I do, because that's when I do our garbage. That's the garbage day. So during dinner, pre-fat dinner, Lennox kept saying, I'm scared.
Well, he always complains about whatever vegetable I feed him.
Oh my gosh.
He hates everything.
Yeah.
Corn scares him. He hates green beans. He hates peas.
Yeah.
Luna hates it too, but she just is quiet and eats it.
She barrels through.
Yeah.
She's a champ.
Heck yeah. And she gets frustrated too. She's like, Lennox, just eat your broccoli.
And then in the middle, during fat, Luna said, I'm tired. And I was like, yeah, this is how every meeting at work
It started to feel like this could have been an email.
Yes.
It was a fun evening. We bonded. We put aside the electronics for an hour and we just connected. I love it. I'm excited. We're going to try to do it every Wednesday.
Dug it.
Yeah.
So Lennox is at his friend Lincoln's right now. And this is part of Lennox finding his wings.
Abandoning his mummy.
Doing his thing. But I've been thinking this week. And so the previous 2 weekends, it's been like, where are you? What are you doing? Your plans are changing. You're at you said you were going to be at this house, and now you're at this house. And you said you were going to be with these friends, now you're with this friend. And it's been a whole like rigmarole. Lots of variables, lots of things happening, and it's hard to keep on top of him. Like today, an hour or two ago, you mandated like, tell me everywhere you go. Like they were going to be at a park, and then I have this constant location on my phone. I'm like, oh, he's at Lincoln's house, which is not far, 2 blocks away from the park. But you said, I want to know everywhere you go. So you called him up and you said you were supposed to let me know of every single move. So park from house is a move. And he was like, oh,
I forgot.
And we're still trying to wrestle with it. But this week I thought, I used to be a young man. But back in the day, when I was a young man and you were a young lady, we didn't have phones. And so the day might start, hey, I'm going to Jason's. And then that would morph into, I'm going to Ryan's.
Right.
And then that would morph into, we're going to ride bikes on a hill. But it wasn't like constantly, Mom, I'm going here. Ring, because there's no cellular telephones back then. Ring, Mommy, I'm going here. Ring, Mommy, can I go over there? It was just like we found our way. And
your friends would have mocked you if you did that.
Right.
At all of their houses. I have to call my mom.
Sissy boy over there calling his mom. And you left the house and then you did whatever and things came up and you changed plans and then maybe by the end of the day, Mom, you would call home, I'm going to spend the night at Alex's. Okay. And that was it. So this constant communication and staring at his location on Google Maps, it's just, that didn't happen.
It didn't, but if our parents had the technology, they sure would have. Okay.
And yeah, I don't think it means anything or
thus far it hasn't helped us in any way.
Right. Being a helicopter, I mean, back in the day, there were, like in the 80s and 90s, the term helicopter parent came around. But now you can really be, like, we know exactly where Lennox is.
Mm-hmm. Unless he drops his phone in the park. As long as his
and
phone...
then the kidnapper will emerge from the bushes.
They see a phone drop and they run away and snatch Lennox.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, as long as he has his phone on him, we can get his exact coordinates.
Yeah.
So
there's
no escaping. There's no freedom.
Yeah. And so I've come to the realization that he's fine. Let him figure it out. Because that's what I did. That's what generations of kids did. And I'm not dead, honey. I'm alive.
Yeah, you are.
I'm here. I'm in front of you. We're married.
Speaking of Lennox, he just texted me.
Okay.
He says, "Bro, what is happening?" Next text. Ambulance and fire truck at his neighbor's house. Next text. I can't send video. It's too long. I'm just going to say, keep me posted, yo.
Do we need to walk over there?
Is my baby okay?
Hop on the Nextdoor app, post about it on Westsac Facebook, and freak everyone out.
Crazy stuff. That's what he said.
This is crazy. I think he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Ambulance and please. Next door.
Okay. What's going on next door? What's going on next door? But he'll be fine, and I don't want to turn his location off in his phone.
Oh, definitely not.
But I don't want it to go in the opposite direction of like, where are you going? What are you doing? I see you're going to In-N-Out, and we saw that last weekend. You're going to In-N-Out 9 p.m. and you're going to Target at 9:30 p.m. And what is this?
Yeah, like today when I saw he had changed from the park to Lincoln's house, and it was like 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
I was like, he didn't tell me about this. And I immediately called him, where are you? And then afterwards I was like, I could have just let that slide.
Yeah.
He didn't. I would like to know if his location changes, but that was a very minor change.
Yes.
So I think in the future I'm going to like be more selective about what I call him on.
Good.
And demand from him.
Yeah. Because we came from pre-cell phones. And we're fine.
We out here.
And these tools and GPS and satellites and cell phones, I think it just makes people crazed. And just in general, there's just more media. Before back in the day, there were 4 television networks. And now there's 9 million websites. So you hear about missing kids in Indiana and you think, oh my God, my kid's going to go missing in Indiana. Yeah. But he's fine, and we live in a good neighborhood. Good.
As good as can be.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And he will come upon situations, and he's going to find his way, and there may be drugs or alcohol, and I've come upon those situations many times, honey. And you live, you make your way.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've instilled in him the correct morals and values and all that stuff.
Yes.
And he will make mistakes, and we know exactly where he is right now. But it just boggles my mind that we know his exact location at all times. And what would have happened if 35 years ago, if my parents knew my exact location every moment, would they be calling? I think they would.
Yeah.
My mom.
My mom would have for sure.
Oh my gosh. But they didn't have it, and we emerged, and we're fine. And this is just part of growing up. You gotta let him go.
Let him sink or swim.
Let him live. Alrighty. I think we should be done.
I thought there was one more thing on the agenda. Lennox said somebody probably had a stroke.
Oh.
Why would he go to that conclusion?
Okay, Mr. EMT. What? go get on the defibrillators.
He's watched the signs and based on their symptoms. I want to wish a very special cousin a happy birthday.
Yes.
Today is September 30th.
Yes. That cousin is
one of our first and bestest listeners, Carrie Lewis.
Biggest fans. Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Carrie.
How old is she?
Birthday, I don't know.
She's older than me?
I don't know the exact year.
She's 10 years older than you, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's exact.
Is she as old as Ralph Macchio in The Karate Kid?
I was shocked at how close to my parents' age Ralph Macchio is. He's like only a few years apart from my mom and dad. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, he's way older than my cousin, Carrie.
Yeah. And, because I've been seeing him promote Cobra Kai here and there, and I'm like, oh, he hasn't aged well. Because he was so dang cute.
He
was so dang cute.
I never thought
in 1984.
I never thought he was handsome.
Wow.
But
I like the Italian dark-haired man, honey. Tall, dark, and handsome. Remember here? But I thought he was good-looking back then. And when I've seen him on the internet promoting Cobra Kai, and I'm like, he hasn't aged well. But then on the other hand, I'm like, he's 60. Okay. Who looks good at 60? Very, very few.
Very few.
He looks like a 60-year-old version of a 22-year-old playing a 13-year-old. Okay. But Carrie Lewis.
Happy birthday.
She's my age?
Yeah. Close to.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay. Suddenly it's Rob, Barney, and Dawn.
The birthday shout out.
Oh my gosh. Worst radio ever. Am I right? No, we love Carrie. We're going to send her a picture of JC Chazé on our TV in a few minutes. NSYNC stan, JC stan.
This is our podcast's first and last birthday shout out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for our own, I suppose.
Yes. You repossessed Lennox's phone.
I sure did.
So, two things happened. One was that at 11 p.m.-ish, you had an inkling that something was up, and you went to check on him.
This was on a school night, because on the weekends, we don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, I care a little, but not enough to get out of bed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it was like a Monday night, and I was like, oh, I better go check on him.
Your mommy spidey sense.
Sure enough, he's on his phone, in his bedroom, texting his friends or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think this has been happening pretty regularly.
Yeah.
So from now on, when I go to his room, it's time for bed, I take his phone.
Yeah.
And he has to go to sleep.
Yeah. And the other thing was that 2 days in a row, he admitted from the mouth of babes, he admitted nearly falling asleep
at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 days in a row. I almost fell asleep in my desk.
Yeah. God love him for admitting that to us and like, oh, well, this is a vital piece of evidence we're going to use to repossess your phone. And I'm thankful that he's admitting this too. He's admitting guilt to us, to you. But yeah, you're taking the phone at 9:30 p.m. when it's bedtime. And he still has TV. But that he can fall asleep. It's not so like engaging.
Unfortunately, he's one of those people who has gotten into the habit of falling asleep with their TV on.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have to have their TV on to fall asleep too.
Yeah.
So I try to let that slide because the whole reason we let him have his TV on is because that was the only way we got him to stop coming into our room. He was coming into our room every single night.
Every night.
And he couldn't sleep in his room.
Yeah. He
was freaked out. He was scared. So I would rather have him fall asleep with the TV on than coming up and getting in bed with us every night.
Yeah. And you tell him to set the timer, and sometimes he does. So where it turns off after 3 hours or whatever.
Yeah,
4 hours.
Almost always, yeah.
But sometimes at 6:30 a.m. I walk into his room and he's got there's a white man wearing a backwards baseball cap yelling about Minecraft on YouTube on the TV, and I'm like, but yeah. How long will you keep his phone?
Forever.
For a while, you commandeered his phone and Switch, and then, like on Saturday morning at 9:30, he would appear to grab in our bedroom, walk in, grab his phone and Switch, and walk out. And I was like, "Oh, well, good morning to you too, Lennox Albert." But is there any time frame?
I'm not sure. Like, we let Luna sleep with her phone.
Yeah.
In her room. Yeah. But that's because she goes to sleep at a decent hour.
She's pretty good.
She's tired. She wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I will have to see how it goes with him.
Yeah. Alrighty. Should we be done, honey?
Yeah, I have to pee.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate. Or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Athletic Greens. We don't have a promo code for Athletic Greens. Goodbye, my podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may have admitted not clicking on links from my darling coworker who I love and I adore, but I'm in the text. I don't want to go in a browser. Okay? Leave me alone with your 19-minute YouTube videos. But I'm still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Bye.